Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Rocketman. I have to say I'm a little bit excited. This is the story of Elton John. I've always loved his music. Fantastic. Great artist, Sir Elton John. And you know, after Bohemian Rhapsody and the Freddie Mercury story, it kind of came out. I wonder, I don't know. But from what I've heard, they're different and they're both good. So it's not the same cookie cutter, let's talk about Freddie Mercury and then Elton John. And of course Elton John's still alive, and I think he had a hand in this, or at least he signed off on it a little bit. I was also very curious about who they picked to play Elton John. I don't know how to say his name, you know who I mean. He was in the most recent Robin Hood, he's in Kingsman. I like the kid, don't get me wrong, but to play Elton John, from what I hear, he's fantastic. And they did a great job of picking him. So I'm excited to see it. I'll get into it a little bit, tell you what I think. I don't know, well, I guess I should tell you a little bit about the story and then ultimately what I think. So stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Rocketman. We're at the 1 hour, 3 minute, and 31 second mark. Not a lot to tell. I mean, it's the story of Elton John from when he was a kid until he's 25 at this point. And one thing that I did not know, because like I said before, like I've said in many reviews, I don't really watch the previews, or I try and, you know, like I know I want to see this, I don't try and learn much more about it until I watch it. It's a musical. Bohemian Rhapsody was about music, right? But it wasn't a musical. This is an actual musical. They tell the story while singing and dancing. I was not aware of that. You know, so however that feels to you, and that's really all I wanted to share at this point. It's the story of him, how he you know, found out that he was musically talented, which is I like that piece of it. You know, I'm always wondering, like, you know, when do you find out he hears a song on the radio, he could play it on the piano, and then, you know, starts taking lessons, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, not the greatest childhood from parents, and you know, but you know, and then it shows his sexuality. So how he, you know, what he goes through in order to get to where he is with his relationship. So that's it. There's not much else to tell about the plot, anyway. And you know, I'm surprised it was a musical. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of it, I guess. I don't know. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get back into it here a little bit more, but just so you're aware, in case you didn't know that, I love our main actor here, and I gotta practice saying his name, but I think he's fabulous. I think he does all the singing too, and that's phenomenal. I love that. I don't think he does the piano, but he does the actual singing, so that's exciting. Anyway, I'll get back into it a little bit more. Probably check back in. It's a two-hour movie. I don't know if I'll check back in or if I'll see at the credits. I don't know. Stick around, find out. I'll be back in a flash. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Rocketman, and I enjoyed it. I did. You know, even though it was a musical, I'm not a musical kind of guy. That aside, I enjoyed learning more about Elton John and you know, everything he went through to get to where he was. Real quick, Taron, Egerton, I think I'm saying that, or Taron, was phenomenal. I mean, he was really good. I mean, the likeness, like, I remember when this was coming out, and I was like, why are they having him play Elton John? And, you know, a lot of people said, oh, you just got to wait and see. And they, you know, you hear that a lot. But I thought he had a very good likeness. They did a great job. His outfits for everything was, they show you at the end how Elton John dressed and how he was dressed like him the whole time. But I mean, just like his face, you know, with the glasses and the hair and everything like that, really looked like him. How talented this kid is to sing all those songs. I mean, granted he couldn't hit like the highest notes, and they worked around that, but I mean, still, he did a phenomenal job with that too. So I think, you know, I don't know if he'll be nominated, but I think he should be. Right, that would be this year, not last year, like Rami Malek. I think he did a better job than him. And I hate to continue to compare these two movies, but you have to. Rocketman and Bohemian Rhapsody. I think Taron Egerton did a phenomenal job, better than Rami Malek. That's just me. And the other thing that I didn't realize while watching this is that Bernie, his songwriter, best friend, brother, whatever you refer to him as, working together for 50 years, that was played by Jamie Bell. I didn't know that. I had just did a review of Skin, so check that out if I have it published, and you can see what I thought of that. But I like him. He was in Donnybrook as well. So I do like him, and I didn't realize it was him until a little bit later, and I was like, oh, he had longer hair, and he pulled it back. It's Jamie Bell. I thought he did a pretty good job. So I think for the acting alone, I really enjoyed this movie. And then learning more about Elton John, and his home life. I mentioned about how he didn't have the best parents in the world. Well, that continues. They elaborate on that a little bit more, between not just his father, but also his mother. And then his struggles. The whole thing starts, this is not a spoiler alert, it's in the opening scene where he goes to, he's in a group session talking about, drug addiction, alcoholism, all that kind of stuff. He lays it all out in the line right in the beginning. So I didn't realize that about Elton John. I listen to his music and sing, that kind of thing. I don't know too much about him. I know he's Sir Elton John. I knew he was homosexual. But that's really it. Very talented, very good at the piano kind of thing. But you don't understand everything else that he has gone through. The drug addiction, the alcoholism, all that kind of stuff. And then of course there's relationships that go bad on him. Even though he's worth, at 25 years old, worth millions of dollars, still has relationships go bad. So, very interesting to see. It's not all, rainbows and unicorns as you would think if you become the most talented singer-songwriter, well, I guess not a songwriter, singer, piano player in the world. So, I don't think my review is going to change anybody's mind. I think if you're interested in watching Rocketman, you're going to watch it. But at least now we can see what we both think of it. That's my thoughts on it. I didn't like that it was a musical. For me, I liked all the songs and I liked him singing them. But it took me by surprise. But other than that, I thought it was good. I think the 2 hours went by nicely. 2 hours is a little bit long, but it didn't feel like it for this movie. It was well worth it. So that's it. That's all I got. I think I hit everything on it. Yep, there you go. I got it. I think Taron Egerton, phenomenal. That's the best thing about this movie. And that's it. I think 7.6 on IMDb. I agree with that. I think it was around that. I don't think it was much better, and it definitely not worse, but around that I would agree with. Okay, I'm rambling on. Go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link in the comments or in the description below, so you can just click on it and watch it right from there. Fantastic. Or buy the Blu-ray, whatever you want to do. And then once you do watch it, stop on back, throw some comments in there, let me know what you thought. Did you agree with me? Did I miss anything? And then you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you get notifications and all that jazz. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.